Good morning. Good morning. I've hit the record button. I have not checked my camera yet or microphone. Let's see where we're at. Okay, good. Good. How are you this morning? I want to get something a little bit set up for us at the end. And so I'm doing that now. Oh man. It's weird. Whenever I looked at the time at 8:56 and I was like, I need to get going here with the live stream. And okay. All right. Need to get going with the live stream. And I wanted to do the Google Trends article I wanted to do because I like it. I like it, and that's what I want to do. So, um, yeah, yeah. So I feel like I was on time, close enough. I don't have my screen set up the way I need it. I'm a little bit irritated by that. Okay. So how are we this morning? It is, I believe, Tuesday morning. It is February 1st. And this is, I believe, I haven't looked yet. This is our 65th consecutive live stream. If you would have asked me, hey, if you would have asked me a year ago, hey, what do you think about doing a live stream every day? I said, you're nuts. I don't want to do a live stream. Especially like, what if no one shows up to the live stream? Well, that hasn't been a problem. No one shows up and I'm fine. They show up later. Like my live streams they're shows basically. So you can watch the replay and you're still going to be fine. Would it be fun to have chat engagement? Absolutely. Absolutely. Does it happen for me? No. But you think, hey, you got, what do you have to talk about all the time? Well, I have plenty of articles about real estate. I mean, to me, the fun is like when you're in the business versus watching other people talk about the business. That's fun for me. And so, yeah, I'm just going to keep doing it. There's another soccer trip planned for February. I don't know if we're going to go. I don't know if I care too much about the consecutive live streams. I mean, it's fun. I mean, would I like to get to 100? Yes. But I'm okay. I'm okay. If something comes up and I can't do one, I'll let you guys know as soon as I find out. I typically, the way it's set up normally is I run my notes and then after the live stream for the day, I post the more. I don't really always know how it's going to go, so I post more accurate notes after the show, and then I go and set the reminder for the next day. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes on, and I've got a pretty good system now in the morning where everything kind of lines up. I feel like I could do some things better, but anyway, 65. That's a good number, and hopefully we'll get to 100. But like I said, that's still 35 more. It's a month. So it's going to be tough. Well, let's see. Every time I'm home, there's always a chance I can do a live stream. But when I go on the road right now, my setup isn't such that I'm going to be able to do a good live stream, I don't think. And I'm sorry about that. But it's just the way it is. So I guess I have some news. I should have maybe teased it and I should have made it a big deal. But if you know me, you know I'm not very good at that. Yeah. I had to do something. I started a new YouTube channel, Deerwood Realty Clips, and I want you to see it, and we'll talk about it. It's right here. the way I see it is that, I mean, I like the way it looks. The way I see it is very similar to the way I see my real estate social media. Um, I really like posting pictures of houses in St. Louis for sale. I myself enjoy seeing them. I, I do. And so one of the problems though with that is if I have a social media account for Deerwood Realty and it shows listings all the time, some people don't like to look at listings all the time. And then you say, well, they shouldn't subscribe to your channel. Well, or they shouldn't subscribe to your social media feeds. And that's like, well, yeah, I guess. But at the same time, I really like it. And so what I did on social media was I set up new accounts for just listings that are available in the St. Louis area, and basically St. Charles County, St. Louis City, St. Louis County, and Jeffco. Those are the main places I'm focused on, and just really trying to show a sense of the community and where we live, and and to do that through the listings that come up, and just price factor in, sure, but really I just the architecture, maybe helping people learn about nice places to live in St. Louis, and it's not limited to price. If there's a house that's cute, I want to post it. If it has nice curb appeal, I want to post it. So on social media, I did that, and it's going okay. Starting anything in 2022 or 2021, then 2021, on established platforms is difficult because you've got people that have a 10-year advance on you almost. I mean, it's tough. So we'll be okay. Now, one of the things I set up Deerwood Realty Clips, okay, because I want, if I ever do podcasts where I have people to talk to, then I want to be able to take some highlights and put them as clips. And sometimes I think people don't want to see that on the main channel. And the other reason why I did it is because in the live streams, I like to have stories that maybe last 4 minutes, or I have an observation that lasts a minute and a half, and it's fun, it's enjoyable, and unfortunately, with the format of the live stream being so long, those points kind of go unnoticed if you're not watching the live stream, or if you've got your phone out. Like what I'll do at night is I'll have my phone out and I'll be watching a live stream, and I'll be reading Twitter at the same time or something like that. So it's just background noise. But there are some fun things that go on in my my live streams, especially in the beginning, where it's not so strict as far as the notes are concerned. So I started the Deerwood Realty Clips page yesterday, or channel, and it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. I just, with my Deerwood Realty channel, I've had it for a long time. I just never, before July, I never really posted anything but listings. And so when I went to look for Deerwood Realty Clips after I had created it, it didn't, like you can't find it on YouTube. It's like it totally disappears. So what I've done is I've set it up so that if you go to Deerwood Realty, it's under channels, and you can go there, and then you can subscribe. And then if you are there and you see the Deerwood Realty main channel, you can subscribe there if you're not. And that's how I've set it up. I think it's the right thing to do. Some of you will like all the content everywhere, and some of you may never watch a live stream but would be happy to watch a clip every once in a while just because it's fun. So that's how I'm going to do it. Everything on the clips page will be content from the main channel clipped. There will be no new content on the clips channel specific to the clips channel. And depending on how it goes, I might open up another channel that's just my listings, because maybe my audience doesn't want to see my listings, my main audience, and that way I could break it off. And then whenever somebody, when I'm working with somebody that's selling their home or something like that, I could take their listings, and I could have a nice little vanity Deerwood Realty listings YouTube page, that YouTube channel that would have everything. I don't know if I'm going to do that right now. Right now, listings are not something that I'm having any trouble with. If I do get a listing, it goes fast. Who knows if that's going to continue? I've got more buyers right now than I do listings, and so that's why it's a little bit backwards. As far as going forward on the channel, I've come to the realization that I have more things to do every day, business-wise, than I can possibly get to. And that is a overwhelming realization, because it's just like I really, it's not that I want to set priorities. It's just that I'd really like to do everything. I'd like to do it well, and I'd like to do it every day. But at 44, I'm putting in more than every day. Putting in more than 8 hours, and to run the Clips channel and to run the social media channels, and then there's some other things I want to get involved in, or I'm involved in, but I don't have where I'd like them to be. It's going to be tough. There may be days where I don't put in. On the Clips channel, there may be two things that happens. One, there's no clip that I can pull from a podcast or live stream that is fun and short. That could definitely happen. And then two, I might not get to it for a day or two, which is not good for posting. You want to post every day, I guess. But we can talk about that in a minute, because I did see something that was weird. But anyway, hopefully you understand that if you already watch my live stream, if you already watch my podcast, you're not required to watch the Clips channel, because you're seeing everything. But if you are short on time, and if you do just want to see something kind of fun every once in a while, then the Clips channel is for you. And it's short. You can watch a video in 4 minutes versus an hour. And I mean, I know you can fast forward through stuff, and they're working on chapters for YouTube automatically. I don't know how I'm going to do with that, because, gosh, my ear just always in the morning. Ugh. YouTube can automatically make chapters, but I don't always talk in a way that's like perfect chapters. So good luck with that. Although I've seen them try it on a few of my live streams. It's kind of fascinating. Let me scratch my ear one more time. I wanted to talk about something that was interesting to me and see if any of you out there understand it. So as you know, I typically post a live stream and podcast every day. On the weekends, sometimes I get out of whack and it's hard to do both. And so if I have to bail on one, it's normally a podcast, because the topic is so focused that I can't find information, or I can't find a muse or some sort of internal enjoyment enough to produce one. And so, I care about my views. I care about all the metrics. And a very odd thing happened over the weekend, and I wanted to share it with you, and that is this. So Friday I posted a video, a podcast about deferred condo maintenance, and how it's almost likely that you're going to have issues with condos that are 60 and 70 years old now. They're no longer new, and they need to be updated, and there's deferred maintenance, and how do we look at that, and who's really leading that fight? Is it legit? What's the best way to go about it? And so I laid out everything I had in that podcast, and I thought it was a good podcast. I thought it was good. And so Saturday I got busy. I couldn't do another podcast. Sunday I got busy. I couldn't do another. But I was watching YouTube, at least the stats, and I was watching that one, and it was getting organic traction for a change. People were actually looking at it and saying, "Oh, this is something I'd have more interest in." So they were clicking on it, and so I was doing better than I normally do. And then Monday, I was so energized by the fact that I was getting some traction finally on a podcast, which I haven't been getting much. My live streams and podcasts, neither one of them been getting much traction in it. And I know that they're not terrible, because I've seen other people's stuff, and it's not that bad. And I can be objective enough. I mean, I may have biases, but I can be objective enough that I can see that I've got a good thing going, and I don't understand always why things are bad, but I also can't harp on it and let it get me down. I let it get me down on the weekend, this weekend. But anyway, so that video like started taking off, and for me now, taking off is like more than 10 views at this point. I mean, I think my live stream yesterday had 2 views. But again, over time, people watch this stuff. Like my hours watched by people is pretty good recently. And it's obviously it could be better, but we're working on it. Okay, it's a process. Anyway, I was happy about what happened, and so I made a new podcast about a neighbor who, well, a neighborhood actually in Kansas City where they can't get mail service because there's a dog on the loose, and it's owned by one of the tenants in the neighborhood, and the postal service refuses to deliver mail. They haven't gotten mail for a month. I found this to be just shocking in the United States in this time. So I did a podcast on it, and 2 things happened. One, the podcast that I recorded and posted flopped, totally flopped. I mean, one of the worst responses I've ever had. And number 2, it just cut the legs right out from the condominium video. Like not one view afterwards. And so it's like, should you post less so that you can get a better view rate out of the stuff you post? And it's a quandary. It's a quandary. I watch a couple channels, and one says, produce 100 videos before you start paying attention to stuff. Well, I'm at 250 videos and 54 subscribers in that. Not great. But I've also seen a guy, and I'm sure people online that have gotten, I saw my favorite channel has 250 videos, and he's got 1.14 million subscribers. So I'm falling short. But the question is to the Facebook crowd, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter crowd is, hey, if I post less, am I going to get more views? And then is it like more upfront views? Is there like a bias to producing less videos if you have an established channel? It's I mean, I don't want to stop live streaming. I like it. And I would love to make it longer during the day. I'd love to live stream and just be engaged with people, the whole morning. In real estate, very seldom does anybody ever want to go look at a house at like 9 in the morning. If I want to go buy a house, I would go at 9 in the morning because I'm not working. But very few people want to go at 9. And then most stuff doesn't, I mean, most of the planning and stuff for the real estate day doesn't take place until like noon. Because you don't know what your showings are going to be. You don't know what's going to be available. So, I don't know. I was I noticed it. Also, my impressions much higher yesterday than they had been in a long time. So, it's a mystery. Sometimes I think that the best thing to do is just to go at it, just get it done. Don't think too much. I know when I watch some videos about, doing better on YouTube, they always talk about, you need to do better thumbnail, you need to do better title, you need to do all this stuff, better, slicker editing and things of that nature. But if you aren't careful, you're spending all your time producing this one video that may sync just as badly as a video that I do. And, the way things are set up, for me, it's like I can only risk so much per video of time because that's what I don't have enough of. So, I don't know. So I hope you enjoy the Clips channel. I hope that it does what I think it's going to do. And And if it doesn't, then, you know, I tried. I made an effort. So that's that. Now, I wanted to do one of the fun things, like who's beating me in live streaming right now. And I like that. I enjoy the who's beating me in live stream. Let's go. Let me see if I can get my transition right. Let's go right here. Let's see who's beating me in YouTube today on live streaming. Okay. And then immediately so I only go to the only way I can get to live streams that I know of is go to the live thing up top. And so let's see. Money is still being trapped in Bitcoin. Crypto world may get a surprise. 3.7 thousand views, so 3,700 views. That's no longer live. I want your help with this, Canada, 429 watching. Joe Rogan trucker protest featuring Brad Palumbo, 1,200 people watching. 3D model reveal, let's go on a date together, has 52 people watching. Michael Saylor, Bitcoin move will shock all crypto holders. That's 1,300. Now, I had my understanding, and it's obviously wrong, is that crypto is not something you're allowed to talk about, or that it's, you know, full of everything. But I mean, all I see is people watching YouTube and crypto. I don't know what this one. I mean, it sounds offensive. It says, "My plantation owner let me out of the box. Please, master, don't beat me." That's 224 people are watching that. 1 versus 1 and full map giveaway rooms. That's 63 people watching that. Ark Invest, 1,000 or 1,900 people are watching that. It's crypto, live discussion on unit budget and crypto. That's 205 people watching that. Security Council meets on Ukraine. That's 362 people. Now, I don't know what the last thing we need is the UN to be involved in anything. They're a horrible organization. Gongji has 2,100 people watching. Spear shares jump after update, live coverage of trading in plain something or other. 582 people watching that. And then I don't know what's going on. My pictures aren't showing up. I don't know if it's because my computer's working so hard to bust out a live stream or what. Wrong heads fix top superheroes Hulk smash in real life. Coffin dance meme has 36 people watching. I mean, just gobbledygook and people are watching. Mine has a title. It's mortgage ready homebuyers. Real estate vocabulary is why I struggle. It's a realty stream. And yet I still have one person watching. I just feel like I should be doing better. But you know what? It is what it is. Could I, if I turned off the subscriber only chat, would I do better? I don't think so. Because if you're in the background lurking, I'm totally cool with that. And if you're wanting to chat, then subscribe. But it's so weird. All the metrics that you can use to see a video and how it's doing on YouTube, you can use watch hours. You can use you could use views. You can use subscribers. You know, you can use duration of video watched. I mean, it's just so many. And I'm good with everything. I'm not like I need 1 million subscribers. I'm not that way. I don't think that's coming. And I also, you know, the views, I'd like to have more views and I'd like to have more people in chat at all times. I love chatting. But it doesn't work for me because I haven't had the opportunity. So please come aboard at some point. Now, what else do we have today? We've got Google Trends. So let me go to Google Trends. We're done with the clips page. Buy clips. 1 million searches or more. It says predictions still vary widely for the coming winter storm in St. Louis. So I don't know about you, but probably Friday or Saturday, I was hearing we're going to have a terrible storm, the worst storm in the history of the world, and we're all going to die. Now, in St. Louis, what that means, and I don't know if this means this anywhere else, but in St. Louis, that means little old ladies and little old men go to the grocery store and they buy milk and bread. So when you go to the store, there will be no milk and there will be no bread. And you say, well, that's kind of weird. Why milk and bread? I've never figured it out myself, but that's what they do. And this is separate from the supply chain issues in the United States. This is something unique to St. Louis, I believe. And I'm pretty surprised by it, but it happens every time there's supposed to be a storm. So now I'm reading, and the storm isn't supposed to happen until tomorrow. It's 50 some odd degrees here in St. Louis today. So I don't know. But this causes severe panic in the lives of St. Louisans. We no longer handle snow very well. I mean, 2 inches could cripple our city. We get ice sometimes. That's bad. But I mean, if we get this, people are like I saw a prediction for 36 inches of snow. If we get 3 feet of snow, okay, we're toast. I mean, just not good. So anyway, I wanted to go over this one. It says, and this is kind of where I'm at is, so, okay, so now you've told me that it's going to storm. Okay. Now just tell me how much, like how do I get through this? It says predictions still vary widely for the coming winter storm in St. Louis. So we're assuming that one's coming. Okay. It says scanning through all the predictions for the coming winter storm is enough to give you a headache. Meteorologists aren't sure yet what the storm will bring, but everyone agrees on one thing. It ain't good. It already has a name, Winter Storm Landon, and that's never a good sign. I didn't even know that we named winter storms. It says nobody in St. Louis knows how to deal with winter weather. We flip out if we have to drive in just an inch of snow, and even 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain can cause seriously slippery problems on the streets. This is true. Now, I'm so afraid of snow that I have all-wheel drive for my car, and my wife has all-wheel drive, and my daughter has front-wheel drive. I mean, just scared to death. And I don't want, I know this is crazy. I won't show houses when it's icy. When it's icy, I have shown it when it's snowy. Whatever, it happens. But it's hilarious. It's hilarious how bad it is. So I'll be home. I mean, I'm not going anywhere. And my wife is stuck home because of the variant has the office closed until Valentine's Day. So she's not going anywhere. Anyway, it says, so when winter weather dares to arrive during the winter, we all hit our French toast alert panic buttons and head to the store for eggs, milk, and bread before the storm gets to us. So this is ingrained in the culture. Like, this is what we do. I don't ever do it, but my grandparents did, and my aunt will. I have no doubt. Where this storm slides by and how quickly will have a huge impact on the type of prediction we get in the St. Louis area. It could come down as sleet, ice, or snow, and the current accumulation guesses range from 4 inches of snow to 18 inches of snow. So, I mean, that's not 3 feet. It's 1.5 feet. It seems like regional meteorologists have been particularly cagey about telling us their accumulation predictions when it comes to this Pacific storm. So, yes, that's true. Like, I really do believe that meteorologists pull their stuff from other sources. Just like what I'm doing now, I believe they pull their stuff from other sources. So, they're basically giving you their opinion based on the sources they read. But anyway, if you're an optimistic person, you'll take this as a sign of what's coming can't be that bad. But if you're another type of person, you'll see the strange and willingness to tell us an accumulation prediction is highly suspicious, and you'll plan accordingly. So, yes. Why won't you tell us how much? Now, look, I have no faith in the ability to do accurate weather prediction. I mean, none. Okay. I have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, I'm always surprised. I mean, I think that the accuracy of a forecast goes down by like 70% or something after 3 days. It's ridiculous. So, as far as the for the local people um, saying they don't know what's going to happen, I think those people are probably more accurate meteorologists. The people that are saying, "Oh my God, it's going to snow," those are people that are trying to pull in ratings. And if you don't think this winter storm's about ratings, you're confused because they started this garbage on Friday. So I don't know. Mainly snow, 9 to 12 inches. You know, I mean, there's been times where they said it's going to snow and it doesn't snow at all, and then they're like, "Oh, sorry, we were wrong, sorry," and then everybody's been in panic mode for like a month. You've ruined everyone's life for the last couple weeks, but sure, everything's fine. Anyway, that's like the one time people watch local news now is for the weather. I don't know what to do. I mean, as long as the internet doesn't go out, we'll be good. You and I. Um, I have not. I have a snowblower. I have not run it since probably last year, and the reason for that is because we have 3 cars on the driveway now, and it gets so. I mean, there's so many cars that by the time you get all the cars off the drive, and it's just a pain. But if it does do 18 inches of snow, I'll have to start the snowblower. I'll have to get it out. I like to run the snowblower, and I try to take care of it. I winterize it and stuff, so it should be in pretty good shape. I don't know. I may not have even gotten it out last year. I don't know. The problem is when you have 4 cars in the driveway, okay, where do you put the cars when you're trying to do the snow? Like if you put it on the street, there's like plows coming by and you could get pushed in. And then, you want the plows to be able to work on the drive. Maybe put it in my neighbor's house. I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, that's 1 million searches. Now this is a Midwestern storm, so I did see like there was going to be 2 to 4 feet in certain areas, and gosh, one of the things that I've seen recently that I'm a little confused by. I've seen it twice in the past week, and I don't know if it's because of the algorithm or what, but I believe it's on Facebook. I see like people will be standing and taking video of overpasses when it gets slippery out so that they can see car accidents, which to me seems like bad. Seems like you're Schadenfreude. It seems like you're getting joy off of the misery of others. Um, I don't know that it could be anything else. Anyway, so that's what people are posting now. It's I don't know if you guys have been in a car accident with ice where you can't stop or something, and it just feels terrible. Feels terrible. I don't wish it on anybody. And you know, right now we have people that sit at home on their laptops every day and never have to go to work, never have to go out in the public. And then there's people that just go their jobs every day. They drive there. They drove through the pandemic. They just went to work like good people, came home. And they're the ones that get affected by these snowstorms and stuff like that. Like no one wants to go see houses when there's a massive snowstorm. They'll all stay inside. No one will call me, and I don't have to worry about it. Now, my concern is always after a snowstorm at a house, you'll get, they won't shovel the snow if nobody lives there, if it's a corporate owned home. And so that, the cold weather turn that all to ice, and then it's really slippery and hard to walk, but I'm not really worried about that. The rock salt they use is bad on cars, but I'd rather everything be clear than worry about the rock salt. So that's where I'm at on this story. Put this one to bed and we'll move on. How do we move on is the question. I guess we'll do this. So let's look at some homes. Arlington, Texas. I don't know. It's a suburb of something, I suspect. I mean, there was the stadium, the ballpark at Arlington. I believe that was, I don't know if it still exists. If it doesn't, man, that didn't last long. So let's look at this. You've got Compass, Texas, Brett King Group, and Keller Williams Lone Star, Dallas Fort Worth. Okay, so it's close to Dallas. 76016 is one zip code, 76012 is another one, and 76006 is a zip code. So you're not going to get a real good idea on pricing. I guess the biggest one here is you've got this one at 76016 and this one at 76016, but I doubt we're going to look at it because I like to look at homes mainly that are over 10,000 square feet, but as you can see, these aren't. Let's take a look. So this is 2.9 million, 4 bedrooms, 4 baths on a 2 acre lot. Let's just take a look. 40 pictures, 4 days, built in 4 days on realtor.com, built in 1989, 3-car garage. Let's look at the property history. Listing was removed in 2009 and now relisted in 2022, so that's not bad. And let's look at the details. Not bad. First time on the market, it says. Spectacular compound rests on park-like setting behind a privacy wall, showcasing 8,500 square foot residence, 3,000 square foot guest house, and a 12-car detached garage. Storage moments to the ballpark, an AT&T Stadium. Remarkable 3-acre estate is meticulously designed with meandering paths, recirculating stream, patios, and outdoor fireplace. Floor-to-ceiling windows seamlessly blend indoor-outdoor spaces, capturing breathtaking views. Luxurious primary suite on first level has 8 his and her baths, sauna, giant closets, and a sitting room. Top-of-the-line kitchen has Sub-Zero, service kitchen, and wine storage. Private office, elevator, wet bar, steam shower, media safe room, smart security with cameras, minutes to FTW, which may be the airport. I don't know. Oh, no, Fort Worth or Dallas. Okay. So it's in the Metroplex. Is that what they call it? So, I want to see the elevator. So one thing about this, okay, so 8,400 square feet, but there's a 3,000 square foot guest house. I don't like this situation because if the listing agent were to add it to the square footage here, it would make it look like a much bigger home. But I mean, a 3,000 square foot house is twice the size of my house. And in St. Louis, that thing would probably go a 3,000 square foot house if it's legit. I mean, that's a $700,000 house right now, pretty much anywhere. It could be much more depending on where, but I mean, 2.95 million is not that much in my opinion, given the real estate, prices that I'm seeing. So it's like, as always, like, can we get to the house? Okay, so we're 6 pictures in. We finally got to the house, and I don't know where we're at in the house now. This is kind of odd. What is all this? What does that? That's the kitchen? See, now it's not, because here's the kitchen. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. It's got a really long thing where you can eat at it, but there's this narrow area here. And there's no, well, the vent probably comes up there. I mean, what do you think so far? I don't know the word I'm looking for. And that's a nice room there. There's so much stuff, so much stuff to take my my eyes, like, look, we've got a workout room, but we got all these chairs here. Now we're in the bathroom, and now we're outside. Totally random. We're in the backyard. I'm not. Perhaps it was difficult to take pictures of this home at the time of the day when they did it. Perhaps the weather wasn't good. Now they've got all these cars, which I love. It says it's a 3-car garage. It's clearly more than that. In the listing, I think it does say it's a 12-car detached garage. So I guess it's a 3-car garage on the main house. I mean, those are not cheap cars. I believe these are Corvettes. I believe there's a lot of them. But I mean, am I wrong? Like, we never saw the 3,000 square foot detached home. Like, why not? Is it bad? I mean, just kind of wanted to know. So, can we do any comparison fairly? This is 76012. This is 76006. This is $2.8 million, 6 bedrooms, 6.5 baths, 11,000 square feet, close to 12, on a 2.36 acre lot. But if you're a buyer, you're going to this house and this house. So let's see. Got 37 pictures. It's a large home. I mean, there's no question. Listed in 2016, and basically since then has been listed. Meticulous craftsmanship and architecture combined to create a spacious and luxurious custom-built retreat situated over 2.3 acres in coveted local highland estates. Beautifully landscaped grounds give way to the lovely interiors and spacious living areas. Master Suite is a peaceful and spacious retreat with a fireplace and private patio with views to the pool in the backyard. Second bedroom, game room, and media room located on the first floor. Outdoor living area is perfect for entertaining with generous room for seating, outdoor fireplace, and large covered patio that lead to a sparkling pool and putting green. Additional amenities include an upstairs living, which doesn't make any sense, study and workout room, tennis sport court, and 5-car garage. Okay, built in 2003, 37 pictures. I don't have any problem with that. This is that outdoor space. I'll tell you, that's what I feel like we're missing. Ooh, we're grilling here and it went there. Not great. So this shows the property. You got a little gazebo here, I believe. There's your pool and there's your sport court. I mean, I know I'm out of whack with the rest of the world, but I'm 44 years old. I don't need a sport court. Like, I don't want one. I'll take a pool, but I'm not. Now, there you go. That's the way you should do it. You got the front door, and then you've got what happens when you go in the front. Thank goodness. Brent King of Brent King Group gets it. That is how you do it. 5 pictures in, we're already in the front, and we're looking at the staircase, the foyer. Thank you. Now, you know, we're upstairs, we're downstairs, I don't know. It's a little dicey at that point. But we were talking about this yesterday, like in staging, and this isn't a complaint, but just like, this is a nice house, okay, multi-million-dollar home, and you've got stuff everywhere. Like, I got this to look at, and when I'm a buyer and I'm walking through the house, I've got these chairs to look at. Now I've got a chair over here, and I've got a chair over here, and I got more chairs over there. It just gets to be a lot. Like, I would just, I mean, now I got more chairs to look at. It's just a lot to look at. That's a nice kitchen, no argument there. It's not in the style that I like, but I understand it. I mean, I'm fine with the way they've got it set up. As much as this may be controversial, I'm getting kind of tired of the open kitchen. Why am I? First of all, like, when my daughter cooks in the air fryer, it stinks up the house. So I don't really like it. Now, would a closed-in kitchen keep that from having? Probably not. But these big open kitchens that lead to like smells emanating places, I don't particularly want them. I'm just kind of getting tired of the open kitchen. I would like a little more privacy in the kitchen at times. I mean, look at this. Now, this is not a complaint, but look, you got a sectional, you got a chair, you got more chairs. I mean, it's like, what? Too much stuff. And this is just a picture from the other side. You got chairs everywhere. They like to sit down. There's a theater room that doesn't have a theater screen in it. Don't like that. I mean, more stuff. Look at all the stuff on the racks there. Stuff on top of here. Stuff everywhere. It's like a monument to stuff. Look at this. Not a criticism, just so much stuff though. It's like it takes your eye away from the I mean, look. Boy. That's a room I would repaint. Like a workout room. And yeah, hype the outdoor space. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, beautiful pool. I mean, it's nice, right? I mean, you expect it to be nice for 2.8 million. I get that, but you know, nice, nice. I would prefer. How would I say it? I would like to know like more. We've got a drone picture. Is this part of my property? Um, you know, what's going on with that? Is this gazebo like community gazebo? Are people allowed to just walk this way and walk right past my sports court? All right. This one looks kind of like I have no idea what the architecture is, so we're going to see 2.9 million, 5-bedroom, 5.5 bath, 8,000 square feet on a less than an acre lot. 27 pictures, I like that. 152 days on the market, built in 2012. 20 by 25 guest house with kitchen and bath. Additional area available. Please inquire with agent. Listed in 2021. Built in 2012. So, I mean, okay. I really, really would like walk to the front door, take a picture. Take a picture when you get through the door and show me what the house, what you see when, and is this it? And if this is it, I can see why you didn't do it. Because we got just 2 chairs sitting there and some. Now we're upstairs. I mean, did we add things for the listing pictures, add stuff for the listing because we didn't, you know, people moved out already? There's your laundry room. I mean, it's a kitchen. This is not doing anything. The only thing I can figure out, and I'm not trying to be critical. The only thing I can figure out is people had to leave. That's cool. Is that a pool inside? I mean, it seems to be. I I mean, $2.5 million for that house, or $2.8 million for this house. Unless this is in like the number one spot, like the most prime real estate in all of Arlington, I'm not a buyer. That's where I'm going to go today. That's it. There's some nice things in Arlington, nice homes, and I'm just not going to be. I'm not going to be critical. I do like that house for 2.9 million. I would have liked to seen the guest house. Article. This is from Freddie Mac. This says my home from Freddie Mac. And it says, I thought it was an interesting article. It says, are you mortgage ready? A look at Generation X, Millennials, and Generation Z. Now, I don't like the classification of buyers based on their birth date and trying to extrapolate some sort of logic from that. It says, you feel you ready to own your own home, but are you financially ready for a mortgage? In a recent research study, Freddie Mac reviewed potential first-time homebuyers younger than 45 years old to examine both the opportunities and barriers to their mortgage readiness. Now, if you're 45 years old and you live in a Midwestern town and you've never bought a home yet, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It says, are you mortgage ready? In considering whether potential first-time homebuyers mortgage ready, we look at the following factors: credit score, back-end debt-to-income ratio, foreclosures or bankruptcies in the past 84 months, severe delinquencies in the past 12 months. We then categorize these potential homebuyers into 3 profiles: mortgage ready, near mortgage ready, and not currently mortgage ready. So if you have less than a 600 credit score, a debt-to-income ratio greater than 25%, foreclosures or bankruptcies in the past 84 months, and severe delinquencies in the past 12 months, you are not currently mortgage ready. Is that what they're saying? Near mortgage ready, I would say that you probably have a good chance of getting a mortgage in this one, based on what I see. And then 661 or higher, 25% or less debt to income. No, so your credit score basically between 600 and 660. Now, I don't know how the credit scores are calculated, but my gosh, if you have this profile of near mortgage ready and your credit score is between 600 and 660, less than 25% debt to income, no severe delinquencies in the past 12 months, and no foreclosures or bankruptcies. I mean, how can your credit be that low? It's ridiculous. Of the population we researched in the report, those who were 45 years old and younger with a credit history who did not currently have a mortgage, Generation Z, and they're defining the generations, I appreciate that, born 1998 to 2003, had the highest share of those who are mortgage ready. At 55%, and of those who are near mortgage ready at 19%. Young millennials born 1990 to 1997 had the most not currently mortgage ready with 35%. So these two are defined, okay? So young millennials are older than Generation Z in this classification. And like, I'm not, no, is that right? Yeah. So, but is Generation Z, I mean, they may have the most mortgage ready stuff because they haven't taken on a lot of debt. Their lives are just starting. It says what you can do about your credit score. Your credit score summarizes all your credit profile and predicts the likelihood you will pay future debt. It's totally bogus, and credit scores are ridiculous. And it's a big excuse to justify lending money to people. I feel like there's just so much inherently wrong with it that it's just a joke. If you need to build or rebuild credit, be patient. The best practice is to review your credit regularly and manage your credit wisely over time. It says what you can do about your debt to income ratio. Your debt to income ratio shows how much your monthly income you're using to pay your debt. Well, that makes sense. To calculate your debt to income, divide your current recurring monthly debt by your gross monthly income. A good rule of thumb is to have a DTI below 43%, but it's actually you're going to have to be below 25% if you want to get a mortgage. It says you should also consider working with a housing counseling agency approved by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to learn about financial literacy topics, such as credit restoration, budget management, and other principles that can empower you to become more confident and knowledgeable in your home purchase decisions. So, I mean, I don't know. It just kind of, why do you need to go to a government agency to learn about financial topics? Can't you, I mean, aren't there people out there that do that for a living? what you can do about foreclosure, bankruptcy, or delinquencies. If you've gone through a foreclosure, bankruptcy, or had trouble paying for your housing, working with a certified housing counselor can help improve your financial picture. Yes, but part of that is you need to have money. It says, taking the first step to ownership. If you're ready to start the process of buying a home, saving for a down payment is often viewed as one of the leading obstacles. However, you may be overestimating how much you need for a down payment. Contrary to popular belief, a typical home buyer makes a down payment between 5 and 20% of the purchase price, and some mortgage products make it possible to put down as little as 3%. Well, I could go one up. I know a guy right now that's going to have 100%. Now, I don't know that that's so great, though, because your payment's higher. Right? The general population is more mortgage ready than not currently mortgage ready. I think that's the big takeaway. One more article, then we're going to head out for the day. I don't know what I'm clipping. Not good. Need to have clips. It says key tax proposal affecting real estate may be off the table. Now, I don't want, in this particular case, I don't feel like the political background is important. I don't feel like the debate about it is important. I think we're going to stick with this is what is. Now, this is what is now. Regardless of whether it's wise or anything. Okay, it says, oh, did you really do that to me? Really? Okay, fine. Screw it. We won't do that article. We'll do another one. I don't want to do this article. It makes me sad because I was really enjoying the other article. But anyway, it is what it is. This is something that got to me, and I wanted to talk about it because maybe it's affecting me. Maybe it's affecting me. Maybe it's affecting my opportunity to get listings or buyers. And it's sad. It says 5 real estate vocabulary shifts for higher perceived value. So the idea is that if you change your vocabulary, you speak to a different set of people. You're basically virtue signaling by your words, which I really don't want to do. Now, I've stated many times I want to have a more eloquent delivery on a live stream or on a podcast. That's true. But I really don't, I mean, I know big words. I'm fine with that. But I don't feel the need to just whip them out just so that I can get a listing or for someone's perception of me to change. It's not interesting to me. So it says, with an ever-growing number of competitors in the real estate industry, it's not enough to simply have a valuable service and hope your cookie-cutter marketing will be enough to win customer conversions. Your potential clients are flooded with marketing campaigns left and right, whether by email, PPC ads, or simply in their Google search results. Now, that's true. And let me just, on that, expound a little bit. One of the problems that I don't have is when I go to a listing, I'm typically not having a difficult time winning a listing from someone else. But the chance, the times that I'm actually competing against someone else is also very small. And so let me flip that to a different situation. Like if I were buying PPC ads or if I were buying Realtor.com ads or something, I would be competing with other agents because those are the buyers and those are the sellers that have not yet made up their mind, about who they're choosing. And so they kind of go out into the marketplace and they're kind of generic. Let me try to shift that to when my wife was when we were engaged. My wife went to a bridal show. They have these bridal shows, and all these vendors were there and everything. Well, it was all, I mean, if you were there and you were going to get engaged, it even had like you on the name tag, it says like planning wedding or just about to be engaged or all these classifications. But, there are probably 30 photographers there, and then when you look up the photographer, then like you go on the Knot. We have the Knot. I don't know if that's across the United States. I apologize for my ignorance about wedding. But anyway, you go there and then you see if they're on there, and then you see if there's a review of them from somewhere. And so, but you're competing in that place. Whereas I'm not buying Zillow leads. I'm not buying realtor.com leads. And so I'm not really in that space where I'm fighting against the same people every time. Normally the people that I work with are through referrals. So it's not been an issue for me. Maybe if I get bigger, it will be an issue. But right now it's not an issue and I'm not going to worry about it. But anyway, let's continue. It says, more importantly, audience is perusing through mostly words as opposed to audio. This means you must stick out by showing the worth of your service and immediately through your word choice. We believe that changing the vocabulary of your marketing campaigns can effectively improve your audience's perceived value of your services. Here are 5 simple vocabulary shifts that every real estate agent should use to easily create a higher perceived value of your real estate services. Okay, so you got to be careful because, like, just in pay-per-click, okay, if you want to dominate search, paid search, homes for sale, that's going to be a different result than home for sale or house for sale. And so, you know, if you're marketing a certain client, you might believe they use words they may not, because if they're typing something in on Google, they want to just do it the fastest, I would suspect. I mean, this gets like 17 layers into the marketing puzzle, which is why I thought it was interesting. So, I mean, you don't necessarily want to change your campaigns to rank for words that no one's using. That doesn't seem like a good plan. But that's in a certain part of the marketing, okay? It's not all the marketing. So it says, 1, luxury real estate business versus luxury real estate practice. And so I've seen this. So if you have a business, they're typically thinking about a money-making entity for their own profit. Referring to your own company as a practice associates you with the services that typically look out for the best interest of the client, such as medical professionals. Treat yourself as one who serves your community as opposed to just another business not to make money. So, you know, do I have a real estate practice? No, I have a real estate brokerage. And if you're choosing my business over someone else's because of this particular work, I don't know. Maybe we're not the best together. Flyer versus brochure. Offering brochures instead of flyers to potential buyers gives them the impression that something's exciting, even exotic, awaits their future. Flyers are synonymous with advertisement, whereas brochures are resource detailing options for luxury vacation, or in this case, displaying luxury homes in the next chapter of your customer's life. So I have a listing packet that has a brochure, but I would never use flyers. Flyers, excuse me, are those things you post on like Lost Dog. You put that on a telephone pole. Or I buy houses for cash. That's a flyer. Okay, now number 3 is I've sold at this price point versus yes, I can sell this neighborhood. Now, I've never run into this need for these 2 words. When you radiate a mindset of selling neighborhoods, this gives a home buyer the impression that you've likely sold other homes in their future neighborhood. So this is on the home buyer side. And that those already living there are probably just like them, preemptively giving them the security or already fitting in with their potential new neighbors. I don't know about this. This isn't something that comes up to me in discourse with buyers. I've never even had this situation where I'd have to go with I've sold at this price point versus yes, I can sell in this neighborhood. Normally what I'll do is, like, if I've been in a neighborhood a bunch of times, I'll say I've been in this neighborhood a bunch of times. I don't know if I'm doing better than they are with my wording. Focusing on yourself more as a community builder and less as someone who solely sells high-end homes will only help build trust with potential clients. building yourself up as client focused rather than sales obsessed will shift how potential clients perceive you. I would hope so. But also, if you're marketing that you're client focused, I feel like there should be an intuition there from the buyers that knows that you are client focused. I mean, if you have to tell them that you're client focused, then you're probably not client focused. Commission versus professional fees. The word commission comes with the self-interested money-making mentality, which might make some clients suspicious of why you chose a particular amount or percentage as opposed to another. Instead, professional fee underlines your dignity as a professional providing quality services that surely must be compensated for. This simple vocabulary shift establishes your relationship with your client as one of service and as opposed to merely transactional, therefore generally improving the perceived value of your service based on the impression of your client relationships. Now, maybe it's just the people I work with, but no one asks me what my professional fee is. They always ask me what my commission is. And if I were to say it's not a commission, it's a professional fee, they'd probably roll their eyes at me and say, like, I don't want to deal with this person. This one is a good one. I sold versus I negotiated. The idea of negotiating implies you work closely and likely very long hours with your client, finding the best property for the whole gamut of their interests and within the boundaries of their budget. This language shift especially focuses on the personal relationship between you and your client as opposed to the sale of your property. Remember, you're not providing your professional services to a house. You're providing them to a person. It's time to do away with worn-out real estate terms of the past. Begin with these small yet effective vocabulary shift examples to help better position yourself as a trusted luxury real estate professional. Before you know it, you'll see for yourself how the power of word choice affects your client's perceived value of your service. I agree. Your word choice definitely affects, and if you can virtue signal, you are really in good shape. So if you say, like, I drove my Tesla to the Starbucks where I had a latte versus I went to Dunkin' Donuts and had a coffee. You see how that changes things? I'm never going to be that guy. I hate to say it, but I mean, I'm kind of set in my ways. You're not going to get me to virtue signal anything. I am who I am. Don't care. I mean, like, you either like me or you don't. That's where I'm at. So that's the last article we're going to do today. I'm trying to switch back to where I want to be. Where are we at? I'm trying to find my spot. So yeah, if you don't hear from me in the next couple of days, it's because there's a snowstorm and they've knocked out power and the internet in my house. But other than that, I plan to be here tomorrow at 9. I hope you'll be with me. We'll talk about real estate stuff. There's good stuff tomorrow to talk about. I don't know if I'll change my vocabulary for that, but